Hey there. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I don't know about you, but I am in the midst of the most beautiful week. It is, Chicago has 6 months out of the year where we have winter. And it is beautiful and glorious and dark and difficult. And then spring comes, and in Chicago, spring is only like a week. It's like all of a sudden dark and stormy and rainy, and this is our first week of summer, right? Can you hear the birds? That's why I haven't reached out to chat. I'm sorry, I can't sit down. I just, every single day is the sun is shining, there's a nice breeze, and it's in like 80s. And I have an able body, right? And why do we do things nonstop even when you just tell yourself to sit down? It's because we can. Last week, if you remember, I added a layer of chemo to my radiation, and I got really, really sick. It was really gross. I was very happy. It's one case where, you know, I shared my wife is traveling again because she's part of the world that, like, that's what we're doing now, which is fine. I just wish that, like, why can't we have a conversation about how stressful that is, you know? Like, my wife is riddled with anxiety because she hasn't really traveled in 3 years, you know, cancer and COVID. And then just to come out of this without any conversation or mitigation, I just don't know why. Like, anyways, that's a whole different topic, right? But she's been traveling. And last week I appreciated that because she was in Seattle and she couldn't see me sick because yeah, it was gross. And there's a new side effect with the radiation where, you know, when you swallow like a gulp of water and it's too big and it hits your chest and you're like, ah, and then it kind of like dissipates, like that kind of thing. I'm having that with everything that I swallow. It's so much fun. I think it's going away though. We'll see. I feel like it's less. Fingers crossed. Hey, look at this. I'm dancing. I'm back on my feet. I'm enjoying. Take it. I went to a musical this week on Sunday. Turned out it was Mother's Day, which turned out to be actually quite lovely because the musical that we went to see is called Six, and it is about Henry VIII's 6 wives, like a bio on each one. It was great music, super powerful, but it was really very like empowering for women. And to end up accidentally being in a theater with like mother and daughters and like it all full of women was really cool. It was great energy. And it was just something so normal. I love theater. I love musicals. And it was, when I became grown, it was something that I decided that I wanted to do like every year. My wife and I talked about it. She's super into musicals and theater also. She was a theater kid. I said, okay, we're gonna go, no matter what, we're gonna go to the theater, to a big production at least once a year. And the fun part is it didn't even have to be in Chicago. Sometimes we would, like Dear Evan Hansen, we flew to New York and made a weekend out of it, right? So theater is really important to us. And I went to the theater again. And not only did I go to the theater, I did not, I wasn't in pain. I didn't struggle. I got us balcony tickets. I didn't stand at the bottom of the stairs wondering how I was going to make it up. It was just so lovely. I was so excited. I was bouncing around. I was offering to take pictures for everyone. You want your picture taken? You want your picture taken? I can't stop smiling. This is me all week. I got my bike out. I've been riding my bike. I got my scooter out. I hung out with a friend, my friend Annalise do you remember from Korean Hot Dogs and volunteering? She's the one that went with me to the musical. We had so much fun. I'm like seeing humans this week. I went with a friend, my friend Dante, lovely man. We love to explore together, and we love to explore things like groceries. Yes, I love exploring groceries when I go on vacation. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm planning, we're going to Morocco in 2 weeks. But in Morocco, I plan on going, of course, to the outdoor market, right? But I want to go to a modern grocery too. I love, I love exploring people's food. And so we had just a wonderful afternoon where we met up and explored this new Asian market that has a food court, and 88 Marketplace, I think is what it's called. If you're in Chicago and you haven't been, you have to go. They're still in the midst of building it out, but it's super cool. You know, it's funny, the weather is what's drawing me out the door because it is stunning right now. And you know, in Chicago style, this is gonna go away in a heartbeat, so you have to enjoy it. I even did some gardening this week, right? This is how, I'm very, very excited and I'm a little squirrely. Why do we do things? Because we can. And I keep doing things because I can. And trying not to exhaust myself and trying not to hurt myself. Trying to tell myself, trying to temper myself, right? But but it's so glorious when it's working out that I'm just not stopping. And why should we, right? It'll go away on Monday when I go back to chemo. That's okay. That's not yet. It's been a glorious week, and I'm every day, every day this week, it feels so good. I'm smiling. My able body, when I decide to like get up and go for a bike ride, is working, and I'm really appreciating it. I've been waiting for this cup of coffee to become to room temperature while we're chatting, because part of that side effect of when you swallow something that really hurts is temperature also. So I must wait for my luxurious, gorgeous morning cup of coffee for it to be room temp. Almost. Anyways, there's been some heavy stuff this week, which I don't want to talk about. Thank you. I appreciate it, but I don't. We'll get into that later. I'm about to walk out the door, and I'm continuing to enjoy this. We said goodbye to one of my uncles this week. My Uncle Paul that lived in Arizona. I haven't really had an adult relationship with him, really. We absolutely get along. It's nothing like that. It's just different parts of the country, lives and stuff. But he was one of my favorite uncles growing up. My dad really surrounded himself with a very poor choice of friends. They were just awful humans. They were horrible men that chose not to parent, or they were horrible spouses and humans. It's just gross. And so, but when my uncle came around, he was so kind and funny, and he was really he was my cousin's stepdad, but he was into it. He was so into parenting and just having a good time. He was a lovely man. So I very much am celebrating him. He did not have an able body for the last years of his life, so I ride for him this week, and I also have a friend that has decided to transition. She's leaving treatment. She's left treatment, I should say. There are no more good days. There are no more good moments. There's no reprieve for her any longer from cancer or treatment, and so she doesn't want to suffer, and she's made that choice, and she's moved on, and she's an example of why I get a little squirrely. She was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer less than 6 months ago. She was healthy, able-bodied, my age, 6 months ago. And she is now a very classic cancer patient, like 70 pounds in bed, praying to transition so that she suffers no longer. That is also part of why I cannot stop enjoying a single second of this gorgeous weather. But I am trying to temper myself because, so we talked about making sprints, right? I'm really trying to, I'm hanging on. I so want a break from treatment. I so want a break from cancer. I so just want, just want a break, and we can't yet, right? Okay, that's fine. So chemo, fun things. I've planned that out for the next 6-8 weeks. This week, the weather is a bonus. This week, it was the musical that I got to see on Sunday, which is great. Do you remember your very first, are you into theater musicals? I just thought it was the most amazing thing. I remember my very first one. My dad had a 2-flat at one point in my life. I lived with him, and he had a tenant. Her name was Mrs. Hertz. She was a lovely old lady, and she would ask me to accompany her to the theater, and she took me to see Brighton Beach Memoirs. That was my first on stage. But not I knew that theater existed because the evangelical cult, they do a great job of theater and music inside of their churches, and I used to go to literally for that because it was amazing. But this was without the indoctrination stuff, right? This was so exciting. Anyways, the musical, and then tomorrow, which is why I'm taking my scooter out today. I'm not going to exhaust myself on your bicycle, Nicole. You're going to be super chill, save all of your energy, because tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to the airport with triple masks and all of, it's going to be okay. I'm going to get on the plane and I'm flying to Baltimore, and my sister is bringing my nephew to Baltimore. I'm meeting up with him, taking him to his very first concert. It's an outdoor venue, which made me feel safe because of COVID, but it's supposed to rain. It's not going to rain. And he's graduating high school, and I'm here for it, and I get to do a special trip with him. I'm well enough that I feel confident that I can not only manage myself, but I can help him to manage himself. and then, we're going to a concert. And then I fly back on Sunday because I have chemo on Monday. And then we'll start over. But for right now, right here, right now, I'm going to close out this week with a bang. And next week, when I lay in bed, I will have all of these lovely memories to get me through. Good thing I like roller coasters, huh? Oh, doesn't that sound exciting? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hey, well, I do need to go. I'm supposed to get blood work today. I'm dragging my feet because it's just been such a glorious week that I just don't want to be reminded in my face that I have cancer. I don't want to go to the cancer floor and get my blood drawn, but I will because I must. Okay. Hey, thanks for hanging out at the last minute, all right? I will, I'll let you know how the concert is. I'll let you know how this weekend is. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Wish me luck. See ya.